Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. To shed more light on Egypt's voting today in the House of Representatives 2025, we have the pleasure to host today in our studio Dr. Islam Tharwat Abdel Halim, Assistant Professor of Computer Engineering. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Well, sir, the head of the Executive Committee of the National Election Authority, Chancellor Ahmed Ben during a press conference yesterday spoke of the plan of the state to implement digitalization, and can we witness one day an e-voting or electronic voting for the elections?
Hopefully we can do that one day, but it's a lot of challenges because it's maybe according to the regulations and the policies, it's not the technical part. Actually, the technical part could be done very easily. We have a lot of new technologies that could support that. It's kind of blockchain technology, which can assure that every vote counts and every vote that cannot be altered or repeated, yes, or it's fully secured. We can build the whole system through building the web application that allows the user to enter their votes. In addition to that, the back-end system which can collect the votes, make the counting and until the results. Yes. So it's technically possible, but I think that the people maybe have some fears, some concerns about
the Egyptian people usually, actually, Doctor, because you are in this field, usually the Egyptian people are afraid from any new ideas, especially when it comes to digitalization. They feel
of course,
why do the Egyptian personality is always feeling this? Everything that is new for us is
it's not only for the Egyptian people, by the way, it's for all the humanity. It's a human nature, maybe to refuse the new technology.
So my question is, you said that it is going to be implemented very easily. So, but is it accurate?
Of course it would be accurate, but it's not about the
Could it be more accurate than casting the ballots in the ballot boxes?
Not more accurate. I believe that there are many kind of procedures and regulations that maybe to ensure the accuracy of the results. Yes. But it could be more easier, more to maybe to reduce the time and the effort to achieve the results.
Do you think that we should start by the expatriates? I mean, we witnessed on the 7th and the 8th of November the House of Representatives elections for the Egyptian expatriates, and it was implemented in the embassies and the consulates abroad. Do you think it would be more effective, or it should start from
maybe it could help a lot with
abroad
because they allow people
they have to travel from one city to another, maybe 4 hours, 2 hours to cast their ballots. Yet the Egyptians are keen to actually, we see them standing in queues holding the Egyptian flags and going to the consulates to cast their ballots.
Yes, that's really impressive, and I think that we are Egyptian, as you mentioned, keen to give the reports and to announce ourselves. But it's of course we can do that, but I'm talking about not the technical part, not the technical aspects of those kind of e-voting, but it's about the regulations, about the laws, about the ability to trust the technical systems. For the time being, we can deal with banking system, and it's fully functional and fully secure. However, some people are afraid from those kind of transactions because some errors occur. Of course, any kind of technology could include some errors, some corruption, something like that. We need to accept that. It's more or less it happens with all the systems. So it could be with the e-voting systems. It could be very, very small portion of. It's not about the accuracy. It's about the technicality. It's about the infrastructure. What about our infrastructure? Is it ready to host all those? What about our internet connection? What about our servers? If any kind of disasters happens like Ramses Telecom. So we need maybe to just make sure that we have plan B for that. We can rely on the technology, but we cannot avoid or misuse the technology in this part. Especially, we can start with some other elections, with maybe the club elections, maybe with some organizations or doing some unions. We can start from there and to test until we can trust the technology and build our maturity and build our know-how about the technology. Then we can go further and to apply it with this kind of elections.
Yes, yes. Actually, but we usually see that the Egyptians prefer to go by themselves and cast their ballots. It's the same like, you know, the online learning. It would never, we cannot say that we are going to close the schools, the universities. That is not going to happen. Yes.
We wouldn't able to imagine that until it happens.
And it happened already when we had the corona pandemic. Yes.
And I think maybe it's also related with our new generation, Gen Z, you know, the new youth and people. I think we need to embed and to include more technological part with our government system, because at the end of the day, they are digital by nature. This kind of generation, we don't want to repeat the technological ignorance with the social media, like maybe 2010 and before that, when the government didn't realize the importance of the social media application and they ignored its impact. And we found that many youth and many small people at the time were affected and maybe with strange ideas, with some misuse to the technology. We need to realize that this kind of generation is also aware of the technology. It's more related to the technology and oriented with the technology. They used the smartphones when they were kids, and now they use more technological part. They are the AI generation, and we need to ensure that all our governmental and procedures are aligned with them.
Yes.
So I think that if we can be able to provide more technological part, more maybe with any kind of process. Of course, we cannot exclude the laws and the procedure, the normal and the regular procedures, but at least we can start to include more technological activities with this kind. This will attract these people, and I think there's a lot of people and a lot of students and in the university and the schools. We need to attract them. We need to incubate them.
Yeah.
So
yes, Doctor, actually we have used the technology because the press conference that was held 3 times a day by the head of the Executive Committee of the National Election Authority, Chancellor Ahmed Bindari, he was communicating with the consulates and the embassies abroad, and they were speaking to the ambassadors there, and they were giving him the feedback and following up. Also nationally, he was following through also the technology. We can say also speaking to the judges in several governorates of the polling stations.
Yes, Egypt, by the way, did a great progress with the technological part and the technology itself, and maybe to have with the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology and its collaboration with all other ministries and related authorities. We are going in the digital transformation era. We are developing new applications with new infrastructure, especially with our new data centers in the new capital and in Amin. In addition to that, Egypt ensures that its infrastructure with the internet, maybe it's ranked the first in the Africa. In addition, our e-banking systems with our online transactions, like InstaPay and all other online banking applications are very strong. So we have the infrastructure. In addition to that, we have the calipers, we have the capabilities. Egypt did a lot of initiatives with the capacity building programs like DB and DC and all other initiatives that empower the young generation and all the generation. It's not related to the students even in the university or the school. However, it includes maybe the professional and maybe more than that. So we are capable of having our own technology, developing our own tools, and having the infrastructures. It's just we need maybe to improve our skills to be like competitors with the big companies. We used to export the technology. We used to have Google and all other social media applications with all other technological vendors globally. I don't know want to mention any part especially for name, but we need to develop our companies in the technological part to be a technology provider. Yes. This is really important, to produce our own technology. It's about the manufacturing of the IT and producing the tools and the technologies. Yes. So Egypt is greater and has it's great opportunity, especially with the era of the AI, because it's currently we have witnessed the race of the AI between the US and China, and Europe is trying to get into the race, and Egypt has a great opportunity maybe to reproduce the experience and of India in maybe 20 or 30 years ago, where the Indian government was focusing on the developing the skills of the programming, and the Indian programmer was ranked as maybe the most skilled programmer around the globe, and they are known as the first exporter country around the globe with the software development. So Egypt has a lot of opportunities because of it's maybe our location, our attraction for yes. the other countries and other cultural. So we have all the capabilities and all the required skills to lead the region, and hopefully the coming will be more
yes. Dr. Abdel Halim, also actually the state and the National Election Authority have used also the technology as in providing facilitations for the people and the citizens to cast their ballots. There is a QR code in the polling station where the citizen could use his mobile in order to know more information, and would lead him to all the related information. Also, there is a system for the people with disabilities, the blind people, the Braille system. So give us an idea about the technology that helped
well, the using or relying on the QR code is very important, especially, but it has also its challenge, by the way. We need to realize that using the QR code should be with the official website only and the official channels of the government. We shouldn't rely on any QR code outside that. So it's really
because it's going to mislead.
Maybe it's going to mislead because we shouldn't trust anyone with the QR code
yes.
In front of yes. anything, because we don't trust him.
Yes.
Maybe this QR code, and this is
only the one located or found in the polling station.
Yes, this is really important, because maybe we can find some, I don't want to mention, but like hackers, they are offering QR code, and when you scan this QR code, it goes to do malicious
yes.
things to you. So the official site is very important, and the official persons are very important to deal with. In addition to that, having this kind of service for the people with disabilities is also integrated with the National Academy for Disability, for Information Technology for Disabilities, and this is one of the new initiatives under the umbrella of the Ministry of Communication Information Technology, and it's located in the Knowledge City at the new administrative capital. It's called NAID. So we can find this kind of support.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we go to a live broadcasting as Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli is holding a press conference after the weekly cabinet meeting. We are still awaiting within minutes to cover this press conference. Welcome back. That was a live broadcasting from the headquarters of the National Election Authority, a press conference headed by the head of Executive Committee of the National Election Authority, Chancellor Ahmed Bindari, during which he was following up from several governorates via a video conference from several governorates, and following up with several judges in polling stations around several governorates as the first phase of the House of Representative elections include 14 governorates. Well, resuming our interview with our dear guest, Dr. Islam Tharwat Abdel Halim, Assistant Professor of Computer Engineering. Welcome back. Well, Doctor, we were speaking about the facilitations provided by the state and the use of technology in these. We were speaking also about spoke about the QR code in the polling stations. Also, there are an application on that the state is providing, the National Election Authority, on the mobile phones, where you can enter your mobile number and the ID number, by which you are going to receive a message of the location of your polling station. Give us an idea about this.
Yes, that's wonderful to see all this kind of technologies are used. Like the conference we have just seen, it's relying on also online technologies to have this kind of video conference, including all the participants from different governments. So having those kinds, in addition to providing useful and practical applications for the users or for the participants or for the maybe all the people to know their locations and to know more information about to facilitate their voting. So having the mobile applications, having this kind of QR code support the people with the disabilities. Of course, all those kinds are great to be and to have it with our election, and maybe we can see more. This is what we are talking about. We can see to provide maybe with the results process, with the nomination. And also I'd like to highlight the importance of not about the state and the government, but what about the other parties? What about their role while they can use technology maybe to provide some encouragement, some support for their for the nominated people.
Yes, so you mean the awareness provided for
yes.
the people for the polling stations, and also providing information about the candidates.
Yes,
you
of
mean?
course. This is also
this is very important.
Part
actually.
of the parties. It's
yes.
not all about the government or the state. We need to use the technology. We can rely on the technology, on the social media applications, with other new tools, in order to promote and to find way to have more information about the nominated and their bio, their info, their plan, their agenda, so we can share it. So it's really important for also the political parties to include the digital technologies with the tools while they are communicating with the people
yes.
during all the stages. So I think the technology is important. Of course, we can see great progress with the development of the technology in the election process, and hopefully we can also do more. Especially there are many other technologies that could be integrated to facilitate the voting, maybe for the elder people. They have maybe some issues to go physically to the voting locations, so we can facilitate and to support them, especially with the existing of technology like facial recognition fingerprint, we can try to authenticate and to authorize the people using this kind of technologies, maybe to support them with other facilities. So it's a lot of effort are being done, and hopefully we can improve it, because we need Egypt to be the leader in everything. We need to provide a role model for all the countries in the region. Of course, with the number of people and the number of population which we have a lot of challenges.
Yes.
But of course we can do that.
Yes, we apologize, Doctor. Review with our guest, Dr. Islam Tharwat Abdel Halim, Assistant Professor of the Computer Engineering. Yes, sir, we were speaking about the application. Sorry for the interruption, of course. We were speaking about the application on the mobile phones that is leading us as citizens to our polling station.
Yes, it's very helpful for the citizens to have this application. It allows them to get more information about the election locations and how to vote and all the procedures and the required documents that they should bring with them during the process, and the whole information, maybe the timing, and any kind of complaints or any kind of issues they could report it using this kind of application. So it's very helpful, but I'm really but just have a little bit of concern about maybe the awareness, or if there are the people are aware of this kind of application and how to download it and how to. It's about the announcement or the the dissemination of information.
But it is a very simplified or a very simple application. Anyone can use it.
No, I'm not talking about the using.
I mean, it's very important that the state is using an application which is very simple for the normal citizens. Yes. No, it's not complicated, I mean.
Never. Yes, I'm not talking about the ease of use of this kind of application. Maybe about the being aware this application is available for them.
Yes.
So it's like the awareness of the existing tools.
This is of course the role of the media in spreading this awareness, and also the press conference held in the headquarters of the National Election Authority have announced this actually.
Yes, the government did what they should do and what they can, and this is why I was talking about the role of the political parts. They should help them. They should try to disseminate the information to facilitate, because at the end of the day, the citizen will go to vote for them, not for the government. So they need to help the citizen and the people to go and to be aware. The government did the application and to make it available for use. This is why I think the parties should do a lot of awareness about this kind of technologies and to facilitate for the citizens and the participants.
Yes, Doctor, since President Abdel Fattah, or before President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office, now 10 years, we're now participating and casting our ballots. But before this, 10 years ago, even for myself, since I was young, we never went to the polling stations. We never participated, even our families, our neighbors. But for 10 years now, we're all participating and casting our ballots. And the Egyptian women are standing in queues casting their ballots. The life completely became different. Give us an idea about the importance of spreading this awareness and the role of media and the role of the social media. This is also technology, because people see on the television, as they see for 10 years now, and the television, the people are standing, everything is secured, is safe, very well organized.
I think it's really important to realize that, of course, Egypt, and especially maybe during the past 10 or 15 years, the Egyptian people are more familiar with political events and to participate in that kind of events and be keen to be there and to vote. This is really important.
Yes.
But it's really important to realize that the kind of the media tools is changing over time. Maybe 20, 30 years ago, very different about now. And also in the upcoming 5 or 10 years.
Years ago, 20 or 30 years ago, it was through the television, of course. Only the television.
We didn't have any other media channels or sources.
And the papers.
Of course, and the papers. There were only the kind of information sources for the people.
Yes.
But for the time being, I believe that the Egyptian people, we have some statistics about using the social media applications globally. And I don't know if this is fortunately or unfortunately, but the Egyptian people are having great records to be attention to the social media applications, maybe for during on average 6 hours per day. This is a huge number of hours to be addicted to those kind of application. So the government also need to be there, need to disseminate the information through the social media channels, and we have other social media channels. For example, my daughter is about. She told me that your Facebook is old. It's not updated. You have to be in the TikTok, for example.
Yes. There are new applications.
New applications.
More advanced.
More advanced, and the new generation will use other tools instead of our generation. We use the Facebook, we use the Twitter, we use the YouTube, but there are many other new applications and channels. And it's not also about the social media. It's about the ChatGPT. The new generation stopped to Google something. They ask ChatGPT directly and all the other tools. So what about our presence with our tools there? What about the kind of information this kind of AI tools will provide to them? They will direct them maybe in right way or wrong way. We need to be aware. We need to be there. So it's really important to realize the importance of the digital media and the source of information provided especially for the new generation, and to make sure that we are trying maybe to filter it and to be aware and to raise the awareness, because it's not all the information there are right, and it's biased information, by the way, because the AI is learned from the data, and maybe the data, we are not the owner of the data that were provided to the AI to be learned and to provide some feedback. So I think we need to develop our own tools. The mobile application is great, the kind of tools and the facilities, but we need to be more modern and to adapt with the new generation. We need to see AI-based tools for the election, for the information dissemination, for the media coverage or other tools.
Yes.
In addition to that, I think that we need also to include in the counting process. I don't know if the counting process will be executed in the regular or the normal way by just using the paper and do that counting process, but I think we can also use some new tools to do that in the future. We do not alter the entire process. The voting system, which is relying on the citizen go to the location and do its vote, but maybe its vote will be like, not like the QR code, but it's more simpler, that could be scanned and to be counted in a very simpler way than the regular. So I think there are very great effort are being done, and the people will like that. The people will, and especially we need to attract the new generation. We are aware of the election, we are doing that, but I'm not also quite sure about if we have percentage about the age or the classification about the voters and their age group. We need to focus on the new generation. We need to provide tools that they are more familiar with, and to ensure that they get the right knowledge and clear information.
Doctor, we apologize. We are going to have live from Giza Governorate with our correspondent. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Giza Governorate as Lubna Yahya, Nile TV's correspondent, is there. Lubna? Ladies and gentlemen, we're following now the press conference held headed by Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli after the weekly cabinet meeting, as the Prime Minister every week on weekly basis holds a press conference after the ministerial meeting in order and he meets with the press in Egypt in order to inform all the media people of what has been achieved during the whole week, and we are going to follow up with you on this issue. Actually, Egypt today also is voting for the second consecutive day in the House of Representatives elections 2025 that is taking place and including 14 governorates, and this is the first phase, and the second phase is going to take place within 2 weeks from now. Actually, today is witnessing a high turnout for the high participation from the Egyptian citizens in several governorates, and also the Egyptian citizen is keen to cast his ballot, thinking or seeing that this is a national duty. We're continuing our interview with our dear guest, Dr. Islam Tharwat, Assistant Professor of Computer Engineering. Back to you, sir.
Welcome. So I think it's really important for us to realize that today is a very special day for the Egyptian people. They are trying to select their future. So and of course there are a lot of technological part that we could rely on, especially. But I have just realized that with the last maybe broadcast from the Giza, yes, that they are citizens that are getting their kids with them.
Yes, the whole family is there, is out there. It's a celebration, you know.
It's a celebration, and they are trying maybe to allow them to just go bed with the paper.
So it's an event, a happy event, not just yes.
Yes, it's kind of a festival day for them.
A festival.
They are trying to use their rights and also try to make their kids aware of this behavior or attitude, and this is really great to see that. We can see all the crowded there. It's very impressive for me, especially to see this, and especially because it's kind of dark now, and we are trying maybe to have more voters to do the right. So maybe after the working hours we can
we would witness a high turnout, of course. Yes.
So there are a lot of to say here, but the most important thing for the Egyptian is to try to use the right to vote for any candidate, for any favorite candidates. It doesn't matter which we are voting, but it's really important to vote. It's really important to keep sure that our voice is heard, and we are have our impact on our future, because at the end of the day it's all about differences in our visions and our ways to solve, but we agree on that Egypt is above everyone, and Egypt is the main host and the main country for us, and we are trying to do a lot of for our future.
Efforts for the future and the coming generations. Thank you very much for coming to us today. We really had the pleasure to host you. Dr. Islam Tharwat Abdel Halim, Assistant Professor of Computer Engineering. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still covering Egypt's voting in the House of Representatives election. 2025. Please stay tuned for more updates.